Join me in West Peabody because we are going to learn about breathing, balance, and beyond yoga. Well, today we are at Beeyond Yoga, and it's B-E-E. Why? Because I'm with B. Now, what does B stand for? What's your given name?
Brenna.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everybody calls you B with two B's.
Yeah.
Two E's.
Two E's. It just kind of stuck when I was younger. I'd get little notes passed into me in grade school and high school, B-E-E. So that's where I am.
Now, you have been on an incredible journey, which has culminated in your love for helping others.
Yes.
Okay. You just opened. What was your grand opening like here?
Oh, blissful.
Okay.
Kind of, I said it was like a wedding day, but better. You know, everything you could imagine. I had friends, family, local collaborators, and businesses, and the place was packed.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you've always had a calling because you kind of were like around this area.
Yep.
And then it just brought you and centered you here. So you drove by, you saw this empty place, and something spoke to you. You said, wait, this is actually me. I'm just going to quote you.
Okay.
You said, and the door went, oh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And I understand that because that's how I live my life too. Yeah. So you get this message from the door.
Yeah,
from
the door.
And then you just took direct action.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where we all can hit a place in life where we question, you know, is this where I'm meant to be? Is there going to be anything more? So I was with both my kids. We were walking in the plaza that had just once been my childhood home with movies and more in Hannaford. And I looked up at the door and I said, this is my yoga studio.
Yeah. And it just happened.
Yes. Okay. With hard work, it doesn't just happen.
No, because you need to go through and get the right permitting and, you know, call the leasing agent. And there's a lot of different steps when you open up a brick and mortar place.
Exactly.
Right.
But even further back, I would say it took a lot of soul searching, manifesting. Where do I want to be? Putting ideas to paper, kind of visualizing it, daydreaming, really daydreaming your life. You can do that. But it's not just a dream, it takes hard work.
Yeah, the difference is somebody can dream about something, but if they don't put that dream into action, right, it doesn't happen. But if they do put it into action, even if it's just like one right step, right,
so true.
One little moment of time, even with your body, right?
Yeah.
We don't, you know, sometimes people are like, I told you I took yoga in college because I needed that physical education.
Like
I loved it. I took yoga and billiards because each was one credit class and I needed to take both. You were mentioning some of the positions in yoga, right? Yeah. But when you say that you're beyond yoga, you have yoga classes. Right. But what else do you do here? You did a ton of things.
Right. So I kind of told you the story. I was thinking of the name with my husband and my son, and we're throwing out different things. And I said I wanted it to have B in it. And I'm like, no, it's not that. It's more than just yoga. It's beyond that. And my son went with his big blue eyes. And I'm like, that's what it is. And a couple of different meanings. So beyond yoga meaning, we have yoga, we have heated, non-heated, we have restorative yin, sound healing, Pilates, barre. You know, it's not like we're too many things. There's a reason for all of those things. But in addition, we're beyond just yoga. We're a community.
Yes.
And that's how it started on March 1st of 2026.
And mantras do matter. So you were talking about the steps that you take in preparation to be ready to have the confidence to say, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And there's no turning back.
And it's not easy because your mind is the most powerful thing and it can take over. So one thing I always say in my class when we step into the room is you are in charge of your thoughts and how you feel, even though in this moment it might feel like your thoughts and your mind takes over, and that's just what it's going to be.
Okay.
So paired with breath, the practice of yoga is the practice of breathing. So when you pause on your mat and you train your brain to breathe, it's like you're training your body to run a marathon. You wouldn't just get up and go run Boston, right? You would put in all those hours. So every time my students, clients come through the door, lay on their mats, pause for the first time all day, or if it's first thing in the morning, I say, bring your awareness to breath, how you feel, and remember that you're in charge of how you feel. So
yeah, you do get to make a choice, right?
Most people don't think they can.
Right, and we were sharing a little bit earlier about different challenges that we've gone through, and the gratitude for those challenges.
Yeah.
Because you learn a lot.
You do.
But especially about being resilient.
Yes.
And it's and so joy is a choice, right? Physical health is a choice.
Yeah.
Anything that we want to manifest is a choice.
It is.
Right? But it's also writing yourself a permission slip to say, today's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to create.
Yep.
And you're helping people do that here.
Yeah.
They walk in, and no matter what's going on, they could leave. They could bring it with them and work on it, or they could just leave it at the door.
Yeah, and it's it's not like you're leaving it, you're never noticing it. You're sitting with it, kind of like in my training. I'll never forget one of the teachers said, you allow it to pass by like a movie screen, like the credits. You don't hold on to it. You see it, you acknowledge it, and then it goes by.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
I feel like I'm living my life on quotes now. That's not me.
No, let me tell you something. I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I speak that way all the time.
True.
Analogies like crazy. I came up with like a really ridiculous one the other day, and they were like, oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people that are visual learners, they need to see that analogy because they put a picture and they're like, okay, this equals this means that.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it's helpful. What's one of the stellar days that you've had here so far? Where you just went home that night and said, I left it all on the mat. Like, this was like the greatest.
So there's like a two-part to that. Because one would be, I taught like 4 to 5 classes in a day because one of my teachers needed a sub, because I had a couple that day, and then last minute another teacher. That doesn't happen that often.
Okay.
But those are the days where I feel like I love being a teacher. That's why I started what I'm doing. So that's part one. Part two would be Memorial Day. We had 2 free classes, and I made lattes, Bees Brew.
Okay.
And that was just cloud 9. The room was packed. Right? My friends came. They were like, not only did you teach, but you whipped up some coffees. And like, I was like, I know. And I went home and I was like, oh my God.
Wow, that was a day.
Yeah.
That was a day. So you said your family is really important to you,
Yeah.
right? So you come from a beautiful set of parents. I got to meet your parents. I was like, you did a good job about raising a daughter that cares about others, you know?
I know.
So your parents, yourself, your spouse, your children, and then the whole community of friends that you consider family.
Yeah. I think it's important when you look at somebody's life and you think that it's all like sunshine and rainbows to know that it's because every day that person got up and they chose happiness, or they chose to find the small moment in the hard day that made it good, because that's what I had to do for a lot of days in my life. My childhood was great, 2 older brothers, parents hardworking, just regular people, raised well, really nice. Then when it came to me having a family, I had that view of, you're gonna have hard days, but you have your spouse and you have your family. And my first round wasn't that. So I always say that everything that I went through that was really hard brought me to here, so I'm grateful for it. But that doesn't mean that my life is beautiful magic every day.
Sure, absolutely.
And that's something I want people to know.
Yeah, it's not like they look at you like, oh, she's got this wonderful business and she's got this, that, and the other thing, and her life is so perfect. It's a choice. Joy is a choice.
Yeah.
It's all a choice. Doesn't mean we don't have challenges in life. We do. But that's why there's no judgment here. You welcome everybody.
Yeah.
No matter where they are in their journey.
Right.
Right? Whether they've never taken a class before, first class, or whether they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
You said you started with some founding members.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about that group.
That was fun. So when I had the idea that I wanted to do this, I stepped in November 3rd of 2024. I was still just teaching in other studios, and I wanted to respect, the space of where I was teaching, other business owners. So I started to pull out of my teachings and kind of just go inward and then work on grassroots. So I would go to different, areas, coffee shops, people knew me that I was teaching, and start to say, hey, I think I'm starting this. So I kept quiet for a while. I got my social media ready. I launched it in October. I was like, Here I go.
Launch.
And then I went outside and my kids were riding like on their scooters. And I was like, and I just have to like hope that somebody signs up. I don't know. And I got a phone call.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but no. I so understand that.
I was like, if somebody could see my behind the scenes, like hair, mask, like floppy sandals, just like up and down the scooter. I'm like, and we're on. No, but I went back inside and I had a message from one of my older brothers, like a friend of a friend, and she was like, hey, me and about 10 of us are trying to sign up. Can you recheck that link? Like, we need help with it. And tears started rolling down. So I started technically with 50 founding members. Okay. I got them faster than I projected. So I obviously have a general business plan. I like to say, so I'm a Pisces at heart, which everyone that knows me knows I talk about astrological signs because I feel like you're born with a set of traits.
I'd agree to that. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it helps me, like you first met me and said, what's your birthday? One of my favorite questions. Because you are born with a set of traits. Life shapes you, birth order shapes you, but where the stars and the moon are when you're born and where you are located does matter. So people know I'm dreamy, but then I'm on the cusp of an Aries, so I'm very driven and oriented when it comes to planning in that way as well. So I do a bit of my gut with a bit of logic and, knowledge. Right. So when it came to my business plan, I knew that I was hopeful to open up with a baseline of folks that would come through these doors and be happy. Mm-hmm. So my gift to them was I did not splurge. I got 50 Manduka mats and towels. It's a good brand, and they're complimentary for every time they come in. So usually it's a rental fee for others. Yeah. A thank you for them to just believe in me before I even broke ground with construction.
I started this television show. I belonged to like a women's group, and it was supposed to be, I don't know, women on the fast track. Yeah. But I would call it women who get bleep done. Yeah. And so those 10 women each gave me $100, and it was enough to get like a theme song, a logo. I started this entire television show with $1,000. Yeah. It was $100 from each of those 10 people. Yeah. I'm so grateful to them because I would go to this business meeting and everybody would be like, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And I would never have an ask. I was always the giver, right? But in this one particular day, I got enough courage to ask.
Yeah, like this is what I need.
And now it's like 20 years later. Yeah. Right? So people say, well, how did you do that? I'm like,
you're like, I
don't do what I did.
No, I know.
Then I sold my house, I sold everything I own, and I'm all in. But when you get the calling, no matter what it is in life, you just, like you said, trust your gut. Yeah. Work hard, and then
don't stop. It's like this weird force. You just keep going. Somebody says, oh yeah, that's not going to work. And you're like, oh yeah, that's fine because I'll just go this way instead. Yeah. And a blend of people that love and care about you. My aunt was the one that did my logo for me.
It's beautiful. You were saying she's a graphic artist, right? So she did the logo and it's like, it's the word breath. Yes. Right? And then the top symbol.
Yep. So everyone knows that I always tell people to breathe. It's first and foremost. Some people are like, hop into this crazy yoga pose. And I'm like, nope, take a deep breath. And it's okay if you lay on the mat and you take 100,000 more of those. Oceanic in through your nose. Yeah. See your lips, you can hear it. Yeah. I love it. Okay, now we're calm. No, but so she did the logo and I kept being like, you've done all this for me. What can I do for you? And she said, my niece just had a baby. They're buying a house and we did more of an exchange. So has a membership. Great. Because of it. So
the barter mentality too, right?
And I'm not afraid to say that. No. Like a lot of other proceeds went into a lot of other things. Sure. I'm sure for you too. So I don't want to, neglect the fact of that, but I also want to make sure I spotlight the people in my life that were like you, like others that just want to help because you see yourself, you've been there before. You're like, oh, that won't give me the value that I need, but giving this to this person will help. Yeah. Yeah.
What has been one of the surprises about the journey so far?
That's a good question.
Yeah, a positive surprise. Like, I really didn't know that was going to happen.
Yep. Okay, so yoga is my background. It's my favorite. I love working out. I love moving my body. When I opened up a yoga studio, I couldn't see past what it was going to be. Hot power, yoga, a couple of different other classes. I collaborate with beauty, health, wellness, arts, and we've had a stage presence workshop come in for kids where a woman nearby who's passionate about it asked if she could rent the space just to host kids coming in and have a place to perform. And it was so popular. And it's going to bring, her name's Joni, it's going to bring Joni success because she's good at what she does. And so I think it's more of, did I think I was going to be hosting hot power and then 2 hours later have
a community event?
Yeah, 8 to 10-year-olds running around in the studio acting out like with props? No, but I literally was watching it, smiling, being like, I built this to now allow others to like have a voice and to express themselves in what they're passionate about.
I love that. So they could sign up for, people can sign up for a class. They can sign up for packets of classes. They could rent the space for something that they're, if it's approved, like you say, okay, yes, like no open flames and, like no smoke machines, right, within reason, right. But they could call you and say, this is my concept. Would this work in your space, right? And then beyond that, you're just really a community giver, right? Which is like nice.
No, it's awesome. I had one woman come up to me and she was a little serious when I first met her. I love her. I told her, I'm like, I couldn't really read you. Normally I read people. And she came up and like looked me dead in the eye with her straight face. And she was like, I've cried multiple times here because I feel so welcomed by you and it's my safe place. And I'm like, oh my God, you of all people, like you are a stone. I wouldn't have and it's because people need an outlet. They need a place.
Right. Yeah. And this is the place.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to touch upon what you said because 45 different classes doesn't mean they're all crazy. Like I'm just flowing this in.
No.
I feel like pairing barre, yoga, and Pilates is the perfect blend for your body and your mind.
Okay.
But then not many studios highlight yin, restore, sound healing classes on the schedule. They're normally extras, but we have Mindful Monday, Wind Down Wednesday, just places that in the schedule I felt I don't want to just look like you just have to be a powerful yogi to come through these doors.
Got it.
So
I can't go upside down on the first day. It's okay.
I've been a yoga instructor for 10 years and I'm still working on my upside down.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And you also support local products.
Yes.
So you have people that you take in their products that you use, and you let them have their own like little mini store in the front.
Yeah. Cool. So the way that, you and I kind of organically met, I do like that word if it's used well. People reach out. So I'll get Instagram, emails, texts, phone calls, because I make all my information public. All of the correspondence goes straight to me. So all day long, I'm looking through it. And when it aligns, you just feel it. It clicks. So we have Non-Tox, which is a candle company. A girl reached out. It's still in the newborn stages, I would say. A few years, she does farmers markets, but she had an autoimmune disease like her mom. So they make non-toxic candles. And I'm like, there's no way this smells like anything then. And the way it packs a punch of a beautiful scent, knowing she said it took her to the drawing board multiple times. Those are beautiful. So she partnered with me. We have the olive oil that I use. One of my best friends, Jerry, he's great. Him and his wife and his kids, his daughter, it helps kind of be like the mom's helper to Isla, my daughter. He owns the olive oil, the branch company. I use his olive oil every day, so we sell it out there. I am a big honey person, helped me with my allergies, use it in my coffee. I bake sourdoughs. So whenever I'm baking, I'm always using honey, local honey we sell. Anyone that I feel like it aligns, again, not too many crazy, you don't want to stray off the path, but you see what works.
And you have some like needed.
Yep.
And that's also a friend of yours.
So it's not a friend, but it's a company that I researched back when I was pregnant, and I think their marketing at the time said hydration when mom needs it, or when it's, and I think it was more of the marketing, and then they struggled like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have just narrowed it, because it's just an amazing hydration packet with all of the ingredients that you would want naturally if you were pregnant. So obviously you'd want them no matter what, because nothing bad's going in. I have one every morning. I can't.
It's your own little pleasure.
Yeah.
It was fun to be here. It was fun to like participate, and we both. I had on like these peep socks or whatever. I think this might be the very first interview I've ever done barefoot.
I love it.
I love it too. I might do more.
You brought your
it's kind of fun.
Yogi spirit in.
When you told me that the door made a sound to you.
I
She's
know
my
you felt
girl. I did. I was like, I get that.
I know.
You know, doors and windows and all types of things speak to me too. It was so nice to be here.
Thank you very much for
Thank
having
you.
me.
You're welcome. Thank you for introducing us to your family.
Yeah.
You know, and now we could just like go and chill and just
know.
like take a nap or something or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, I invited all the people to do yoga, so I'm going to have to teach to them.
All right, let's go do I'll do yoga. Right? What's the sun salutation? That's the one that you go down and then come back up.
Salutation A is just inhale to reach up and exhale to fold forward.
Okay, inhale to reach up.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Next,
show me. Let's do
inhale.
it.
And then hands through heart center and you fold. Make sure to drop your head at the bottom if you're standing. This was awesome.
That was awesome. It was. I had a really good time.
You.
Thank you so much. And we hope that you had a good time too. Donna Drake hanging out with B. And please go to Beeyond Yoga.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
That was awesome.
It was fun.
High five me.
I'm over 50, and this practice has helped me be in the best shape I've ever been in.
Brenna is awesome, and every time I really want to do a very good workout and also clear my mind, this is the place I really want to come. And also I have some friends here, which makes my class and time even better.